From supporting enemies of the West and forming strong alliances to blatantly refusing to bow and accept directives dictated to them, African leaders are taking back control of the continent. A new crop of young leaders is rising. They are confident, charismatic, and unwavering. But will the West give up so easily? Let's take a closer look at the 5 African leaders taking back their countries from the West.
Number 1. Ibrahim Traore.
After overthrowing the Damibi government, 35-year-old Ibrahim Traore became the leader of Burkina Faso in 2022. He suspended issuing export permits for small and medium-scale miners. Medium-scale miners produce more gold, selling to companies and exporting some to the West. Traore aims to reorganize gold mining to benefit Burkina Faso's people. His government claims trade agreements with France are unfair, contributing to Burkina Faso's underdevelopment. France benefits from these arrangements and hasn't supported improving Burkina Faso's gold mining industry, keeping it primarily a raw material producer. This is why the president seeks mining industry reform. Is this a step in the right direction? Let us know in the comments if you support.
Number 2. Assimi Goïta.
On May 24, 2021, Mali's transitional president, Endao, and his prime minister were arrested and taken to a military camp in Kati. Assimi Goïta has since replaced Endao, accusing him of incompetence and forming a new government without consultation. Goïta has made changes to reduce France's influence in Mali, swiftly implementing new policies. France-funded NGOs, including humanitarian ones, have been suspended. To add to the intensity, France 24, a major French media outlet, has been banned for biased reporting. Do you think this is a step in the right direction for Mali? Let us know in the comments.
Number 3. Sam George.
Sam George is a Ghanaian politician who has become a threat to Western ideologies and culture after his firm stance against LGBTQ people. This has created some opposition with Western countries. A spokesperson for the Office of the UN High Commissioner stated that consensual same-sex conduct should never be criminalized. During the 2023 UN Summit in New York, Sam George reiterated his stance against the LGBTQ movement. He said in the presence of UN officials and dignitaries from across the world that sex is binary, you're either male or female. This opinion runs contrary to the beliefs of LGBTQ members and allies.
On the 28th of February 2024, the Ghanaian Parliament unanimously passed an anti-LGBTQ bill that criminalizes LGBTQ acts and appearances in the country. George, the most prominent face of the anti-LGBTQ movement in Ghana, has also dared the West that if they should place sanctions on Ghana as a form of punishment for the passage of the anti-LGBTQ bill, the Ghanaian government will also take actions against Western business interests in Ghana. Sam George's actions have proven his resolve to take back Western culture and influence from Ghana. Will the West be affected in the long run, or will Ghana rescind its decision? Is Sam George truly helping to maintain long-held African beliefs, customs, and culture?
Number 4. Isaias Afwerki.
Afwerki has gone against the West by standing with Russia in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. In a UN meeting held to discuss the Russian-Ukraine war, Eritrea voted no to the resolution that condemned the Russian invasion of Ukraine. It takes a lot of courage to refer to the European Union as defunct. During the Russia-Africa Summit held in St. Petersburg in July 2023, he stated that there was no Russia-Ukraine war. Rather, it was a war declared by the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which consists of Western countries including the United States and France.
Just like Paul Kagame, who believes that every country in the world is equal and should not be controlled by other countries, Afwerki is calling on the global South to resist any form of hegemony and control. The Eritrean president also believes that Russia is the best country to lead the world against Western dominance, and he called on Putin during the summit to step up and resist the West. The Russian president has in turn assured Afwerki of his willingness to expand relations with Eritrea. Is Afwerki right, or are his opinions extreme?
Number 5. Julius Malema.
He has been very vocal about Western influence on the African continent. Malema is the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters in South Africa, and he became an MP in 2014. Malema is looking forward to becoming the next president of South Africa. Malema believes in the autonomy of South Africa. He believes that African leaders do not need the West to progress or thrive, and has therefore resolved to take back South Africa from Western influence if he should win the 2024 general elections. Just like Isaias Afwerki, Julius Malema has thrown his support behind President Putin and Russia, and has even gone further to offer weapons to Russia. The South African leader has also been very vocal about Western double standards, stating that personalities like Tony Blair, George W. Bush, and Barack Obama have faced accusations of war crimes in the past but have not been persecuted. Ironically, the West continues to villainize President Vladimir Putin to the world. Malema's charismatic demeanor attracts the respect and admiration of many Africans. He continues to inspire the continent of Africa that indeed it can stand on its own. These leaders are bold, confident, and have the tools to make a difference, but will the West give up so easily? Africa is a rich continent. It has a youthful and energetic population which other continents cannot boast of. It is also rich in natural resources such as gold, bauxite, and diamond, among others. These resources will make it very difficult for the West to give up its control of the continent. Western countries such as the United States and France take advantage of the loans and grants they give Africans to maintain their control on the continent. Africa is independent in theory, but the continent is still dependent on the West. Will the continent ever stand on its own? Africa is entering a revolutionary stage of self-reliant and practical sovereignty, where the continent will stand on its own. This new revolution will change the power dynamics in the world. The countries that Africa chooses to form relations with will have an upper hand, and the West may not be completely excited about it. Africa will benefit from its self-reliance, but it may come at a cost to it. The continent needs to be strategic about the countries it chooses to form alliances with. But no matter the outcome, Africa must stand on its own because it will be for its own good. Do you agree? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to TSN for African content like this.